Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing good, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Yes, likewise.
Yeah, so I'd love to just dive right in by talking about your new partnership with Puffs and their amazing Puffs Power Pals initiative. Just to start, can you tell me how your new partnership came to be and just a little bit about it for those who aren't familiar?
Yes, so there is definitely like a section of my team that is always sort of keeping an eye out, an ear to the ground for opportunities of like collaboration that seem like they'd be a genuine fit and an authentic fit, and of course, like a meaningful fit. And one of the offers that came through was from Puffs to partner with the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta through their Power Pals program to join forces and battle flu season together while also giving some comfort and protection to the kids that are battling very real things themselves. That for me felt like an instant fit and definitely something that I could authentically speak to, give my voice to, give my presence to. And so today we got to go down to the hospital and spend some time with these kids who many of who were huge superhero fans and some of who were not, but just were down for a great time. And it really was like a sweet, sweet moment to see some joy get spread, to see some comfort be provided. That soft touch was definitely in the room today. And ultimately just to give an opportunity for them to have their minds on anything else for the time being.
Yeah, that's so awesome. It really is such a neat initiative. And of course, in addition to that, I know, each child gets their personalized comic book cover and Puff's tissue box, which is so cool.
Yes.
You mentioned getting the chance to visit with the children at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. What was that like? Just that experience. Was this the first time you got to do that since, of course, taking on a role in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever?
Yes, it definitely was. It absolutely was. And I think it was for sure an experience to remember. It was incredibly cool, I'd say, to see all these kids with the comic book cartoon character version of themselves with their suit and the mask. And we definitely had a little superhero pose striking moment and everyone that was willing showed their best superhero pose. I learned a few poses myself and it was fun, honestly. It was just a great time to talk to them, to talk to some of the parents as well and hear about the incredible strength of their children and also to see those same kids get to talk about what excites them and talk about things that they enjoy doing and that make them feel good. For however long we were in there, and also just to progressively see them sort of get out of their shell and warm up and engage in a tickle war if they felt so inclined. So it was a fun time.
That's awesome. And not only are you empowering young heroes, of course, through the Puffs Power Pals initiative, but you've, just joined one of the big superhero franchises with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. So this question is a little bit of a two-parter. First, just do you remember your initial reaction when you got the call about being cast as Riri Williams and what it was like on your end getting this, suit up as a superhero for the first time?
Hmm. Yes and yes. The first time I got the call, I was at my parents' former home in Delaware with my younger brother Kimani. And I'm so glad that he was there with me because he was my one and only witness. I don't think anyone, in fact, my parents did not believe me when I told them moments later, until my brother verified and he said, yes, I was there. I saw the whole thing. But it was definitely like a surreal moment. It was a moment to be stilled. It was shock. It was joy. It was comfort in knowing that uh, Disney, Marvel were people of their word. And they said that they wanted to work with me and they created an avenue for that to happen. And so it was definitely like an all around joyful moment. Definitely had a lot of questions and concerns, but nothing really gets to you the way that like sort of fulfilling feeling does. And then I'd say putting on the suit was like layer two to that. It was many steps deeper for me. It became a little bit more internal and grounding in a world that is so fantastical and so extravagant for many reasons. Um, Marvel still manages to be a company and a group that seeks to like find some truth and to let that sort of lead the superhero adventure. And for me, finding what that truth would be for Riri was like mission number one. And putting on the suit, I think, was probably the first time that I could feel that understanding like in my body. Of course, you have like all of the conceptual thoughts about how you might approach something or the inspiration that you might get from the comic books or conversations with Ryan about the character, but wearing the suit was definitely like a real grounding force for me to show me like, oh, so this is what she built. This is how her mind works. This is, of course, the suit itself is built by who I call the geniuses at Legacy Effects, but to see um, sort of like it was almost like a roadmap for how Riri's mind works, you know, to think that a suit as big and as bulky as it was had complete range of motion and all my joints were free. It just little things like that, the little like parachute ejector for the little security in the center, just all these little components that you can see how she was thinking and almost I think reveal a little bit of how the mind of a genius works. And that to me was truly like the largest way into Riri. So both of those moments were definitely very stilling, grounding, joyful, outer body experiences.
Awesome. And kind of just tying back that with the Puffs Power Pals and partnership, what has it meant to you to be able to have, been given this platform to originate this character who so many audiences, especially younger fans, like the tiny heroes Puffs is celebrating, are looking up to and admiring?
Yeah. Oh man, I think this day and really this collaboration, because of course with Puffs, like they have for years now made it a point to stay true to their mission, stay true to their goal, and to stay true to their target audience, I suppose, which has been today the kids. And I think them finding a moment, finding an opportunity, an avenue that is exciting to a child genuinely, that can stir up some level of curiosity in a child who's no like without a doubt experiencing so much physically during their time there. I think it just peels back another layer of, I'd say, probably commitment from the Puffs team to making sure that they are finding ways to continue expanding the job that they're here to do, which is to provide some comfort to soothe the soul or nose, you know? Um, and so to be a part of that, to be in the room, to see that take place and to in any form be a conduit for that, I think it's inspiring, honestly. It's a reminder of the reasons that compelled me to say yes to this, because I would be lying if I didn't say that I had my hesitations about playing a superhero or what that meant. But being in that room and seeing the smiles and hearing the laughs from the kids and seeing them come out of their shell and warm up a little bit, all of those things and all of those things were really like the easiest way to simplify what it is that I'm actually here trying to do or doing, which is telling these stories that hopefully mean something to somebody. And today, this story of a super girl meant a lot to other boys and girls in the room.